Welcome, superstars. Thank you so much for tuning in to this dial. You're listening to Art Live with Irenia. I'm very excited to bring you this week's episode. I'm your host, Irenia Roussel. Today, I'm in conversation with the fabulous Adela Mehic-Dzanic. Welcome, Adela.
Thank you, Irenia. Thank you. Good morning from beautiful Vienna, Austria.
Well, I am so excited to have you on because you're my first guest from Vienna.
Yes, it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful city. One of the most beautiful in the world. So please welcome. I will be happy to have you here.
All right, awesome. I may just take you up on that. To you, my listeners who are tuning in for the first time, welcome. And to those of you tuning in again, as usual, welcome back. I am so excited because today I know that Adela, who works in the digital space, she's working on some cutting edge stuff. She's going to share with you so many golden nuggets that you're going to take away with you. So I ask you to just take some notes and hang on to your seat. Adela has over 8 years of international experience in leading sales and business development in the telecom and Internet of Things industry. She is currently leading the global business development team at the software company MAVOCO that is specialized in the Internet of Things for the largest Tier 1 telecom operators in the world. She holds a master's degree in telecommunications from the University of Electrical Engineering, as well as an MBA degree from the Vienna University of Economics and the Technical University of Vienna. Adela is the vice president of the Female Leaders Network in Vienna, as well as of the Association of Business Women of Bosnia and Herzegovina in Vienna. Adela, I hope I did those names justice.
You did. Bosnia and Herzegovina.
All right, awesome. And I know that, you're interested in expanding your professional network. You're enhancing your leadership and management skills, especially through the fact that you've taken the accelerated, MBA in entrepreneurship and innovation, and you are on a mission. So give our listeners your backstory.
Thank you, Irenia. Yes. So as you said, so over 8 years of experience, I have been, I'm born, raised, and educated in Bosnia and Herzegovina. So that's my home country. And quite recently, 6 years ago, my husband and I decided to move to Austria, to beautiful Vienna, and start from the scratch. And the reason why we did it, and we will talk about that later on in depth, but basically it was this, as a young person, young intellectual, wanted to experience the world. You wanted to outgrow yourself where you are, and you wanted to meet new people, try new things out. And we felt that after graduating and having our first jobs in Bosnia, we decided that it's the right time in our life to move beyond that and start from the scratch, as I say. And we did a really, I would say, bold way. We jumped into this little adventure, and we came here, settled, and started basically from very simple beginnings, such as learning the language, the German language, as well as meeting the first people, of course, starting with the Bosnian community here, but then as well, as you know, Vienna is a multinational, international city where you can meet people from all over the world. And as I was a little girl, I always wanted to see the world. That was always one of the things that I was dreaming about it, coming from a very small village from a small province from Bosnia and Herzegovina. So it somehow came all together. And we came here to Austria, and from there I just started meeting great people. And I have this, we had this idea that we're gonna make it here. So we knew that we were going to make it. We didn't know how, and but we had this courage, and we wanted to just we wanted to experience big things. We didn't want to settle for just a 9-to-5 job. We felt that we have way more that we can give back to the world, and then we were at that point. So if I look back 6 years ago, I think it was one of the biggest decisions. And when I connect the dots in my life, every time when I jumped into new things, really bold things, and making huge steps, I would say the universe rewarded me way beyond what I could imagine at that point in my life.
Adela, that is absolutely fascinating. You know, it really resonated with me. You know, you did this big move because you wanted to experience big things, right? You were bold and courageous in your moves. So fascinating. I can't wait to hear more. Tell us a little bit more about that.
So basically, when we came here, I just saw this. I love new things. I'm the opportunist. So I'm not, the realist or pessimist. I'm opportunist. I'm the opportunist who see with a lot of optimism, and I see good things, and I believe that people are doing good things and better that they can. So basically, I step onto that, and I came here with open eyes, open arms, and I said, okay, what is that is going to come onto me, basically. So I'm open to everything. I want to start here, and I want to make big things, and that's where the puzzle started to be put together. So I started basically like everyone else, applying to every job, so that I saw that I could basically fit at least 50% or 40%. I just wanted to go out and meet people and to tell them, I am here, I came here, I want to start new things, I'm ready to roll up my sleeves, and I'm ready to learn. And that was the attitude, basically. And within less than 3 months, I got first 2 opportunities. Then I could basically choose if I want to go directly into the industry and just start applying what we learned at the university, or the other opportunity that I had was going back to the university, the technical university, and start teaching, basically. So long story short, I've decided to go for industry because I said to myself, I want to go out and experience this other world of opportunities. I want to meet companies, I want to travel the world, I want to work in a international industry, and I want to try something new. And this idea, going back to the university and teaching and doing more things in that area, is still there. It's still on my bucket list, but I'm sure it's going to materialize one way or the other.
Very fascinating. And so you've done a lot of pivots in your career, right?
Yes, lots of them. So and as I mentioned before, so it's always about me. This is me and my personality. When I get not kind of bored, but really in a way that I see I'm repeating things. So my days are same old same. So I'm not growing, I'm not experiencing new things, I'm not trying new things out. Then there's this internal fire inside of me, intuition, that says this is not for you. You need to move on. You need to move on. And I always moved on before basically being ready. And I think that's also very part of me. I like to move to new things, and when I'm not basically ready, so it's not 100% ready. And one of the things that I like to, one of the stories that I like to share is when I moved from classical, let's say, telecom business, moved into the new business and opportunities such as the Internet of Things, which was like going beyond from where I was to the global level, and meeting customers and telling them this story about Internet of Things that is coming, that everything is going to be connected, that within a couple of years we're going to see billions and billions of devices being connected. So now if you say, okay, yeah, that's, yes, we see it, it's reality, we experience it on a daily basis, but going back 5 years or even 10 years, I know some first pioneers in that industry. So back then it was no way. So no, it's not going to happen, or there's not, technology is not ready, mindset and the capabilities weren't in place. So this is one of the examples of the pivots, and quite recently, after being for a couple of years in the telecom and IoT industry, I've decided to actively, so I was pursuing opportunities in the software industry, still staying in the Internet of Things field, but wanting to experience the other side, basically serving the telecom industry as a software house. So I think this is me. So basically going out and wanting to experience new things and bring some new ideas, solutions, try new things out.
So right now we know that we're in a deep economic downturn based on the pandemic that has come upon us. How do you see your work revolutionizing what's happening right now, because you are in the digital space?
Definitely. So we've been there for like a couple of years. Myself, I've been there for a couple of years, and this is something that we have been trying to bring over. And so my recent years of experience as a consultant, as an advisor, trusted advisor, going to the companies and saying to them, okay, this is the world that we see. This is all the reports and all the initiative in the world. They show this path forward, that it's going to be more that digitalization and digital tools are getting into our lives more and more. So if we want it or not, but they are already there. And through all these years, I have seen quite some resistance in a way, and it wasn't because of technology wasn't there, or they couldn't get new tools, or they couldn't get people using the new tools. I think it was more deeply rooted in the culture of these companies, and in a way in the mindset of not just the people, the employees, but as well the heads of, so the leadership team, which is quite important. And this is the experience that we have made. So the technology is not an issue. It is more the strategical direction the company is going to take, as well the mindset and the readiness to change. And I think that was back in the days, it was mostly about why should I change? The work that we are doing at the moment is bringing us money. So we are growing, we are experiencing revenues there. So why should we change? And there was a couple of companies who have realized that there are more opportunities that they can go into it. And the others, they were basically waiting for the time that they have to do it. And I think this pandemic, when it arrived, it showed us that the companies itself, be it super traditional ones, they can do many things, and they have to do many things. And there are some significant improvement and changes within like quite traditional companies that have been there for like hundreds of years and doing the same business. They are now introducing new tools, be it like for your employees working from home, for the first time in the history of that company, or just using the new tools and operating on a completely different level. So this is a quite interesting time that we live in and that we experience on a daily basis.
It's absolutely fascinating. What they say, necessity is the mother of invention.
Mm.
And it's truly amazing to see, those traditional companies quickly pivot, right, to
Yes.
accommodate current times, and hopefully, going forward, because we know this pandemic is not over and until a vaccine is found. So companies definitely need to think about the future of the work in their company. What's some advice? What is some of the advice you would give to entrepreneurs, and who have small businesses, who are just starting up, as well as some of those established traditional companies?
I think that's a great question, and as you said, so every company, be it a small or large, we are more or less facing the same challenge. The difference is the resources that they have and the time they have. And I think for small companies, it's very very important to have this trusted advisor, some partnership, getting into going into partnerships as well for the large companies. So partnerships and collaborations in this time are very very important, because if you think about some solutions like for the Internet of Things, we always like to say that there is no company that can deliver end-to-end solution, and that's why you have partners who are best of the breed partners, who know their things, that they can support you, and that technology is more or less there. So basically I know, for instance, my yoga studio, if I can bring that simple example, so that I've been there for a couple of years now, and everything was done face to face. So there was like full schedule, and you could go there and then practice. And what they did basically during this pandemic time, it was like 1 week, there was not much happening. And then within 1 week, they said, okay, we see what is happening. We have to follow the rules, of course, security and all of that. And to make sure that we continue with our business, we are moving to Zoom. So they moved basically all of their business, everything into the Zoom, and you could basically book the appointment whenever you wanted, get the payment done through their web shop or through the web shop of their partner, because they didn't want to do that additional work. So there are companies who are doing things that are missing in your digital chain, let's put it that way. So you should just find those ones, and most importantly, for companies is that they continue with their core business. So it's not about reinventing the wheel in each business strategy, but it's basically saying, okay, I'm good at this, and I can find a company that is doing that. And for instance, that example with our yoga studio, so they continue delivering their extremely good service, but they just found a way to add a few more components to it. And at the end of the day, I'm a very satisfied customer. So that's this obsession with the customers is crucial nowadays. I definitely mentioned a couple of them, like from moving from one country to another. I would say that was a pivot, extreme pivot in my life and my career, because I do believe that all of this, what I've done so far, couldn't be possible from that perspective. So that's definitely one of the pivots. And then the next one, of course, that we were mentioning was moving from telecom industry to recognizing what is the next big wave and what is the next big opportunity within the industry. That was going for the Internet of Things as well. Quite recently, moving from from the telecom industry back to the software industry, where I have very less experience. I know the concept and the idea, but haven't been working in that field whatsoever. So that was a bold move, and I wanted to go into that, because nowadays you see that more or less everything is related to software, and that you see that everything is moving toward that direction. And I definitely wanted to be part of that story and experience it from the first hand.
Adela, in our lives, we've all have challenges in our career journey. can you think of a pivotal moment in your career trajectory where you had an epic fail?
So I'm a very person who is very active, action driven oriented. So I see the opportunity and I chase it, basically just like that. Very strong analytical mind, and basically counting, okay, what is the worst thing that can happen, which is quite good when you're a lone runner, basically. So when you make the decision and you just say, okay, it's up to me, I show up, I deliver, and I see the results. However, when you work in a team and then you're assuming positions over there and you're leading team of 8-10 people, then it can be very counterproductive, I would say, when you basically take the moves without for the best of the team, basically trusting that it's the best for the team, but on the other hand, you just don't include the team basically from the start. And in some of the cases, from my experience, it has been shown that I am going too fast, and maybe that's one of the things that I can trace back to my basically life journey, when I'm trying to make the best of it without understanding the whole situation. So I think that's where I am at the moment, and definitely that was one of the reasons I joined actively, been involved in one of the other network to try to test myself out in this situation. And I fail basically very often, and quite recently I had this kind of situation when I took more than what team was ready to handle. But that's as well leadership. You know, you have to go out and show your face, and then show what basically what you can do and where you want the journey to take. But on the other hand, having the team going with you is one of the things that is quite crucial.
Absolutely. Well, you know what? I thank you for your vulnerability in sharing that. And it's good that, you've recognized that, bringing others along on the journey is so critical, right? It's so wonderful that you recognize, to bring others along the journey with you as a leader. I really appreciate that, you're experimenting and iterating, right, to improve and work on that ability. And it's so critical, as leaders, for us to be able to do that, right?
Sure. And as you said, you have to go out and walk the talk, basically. And I personally like to outgrow myself. I like to grow. So this is, if there's one word for me, it's growing. And when you realize that one thing is grow alone and the other thing is grown together, and the things that you can achieve with a team are quite remarkable. And this world is basically one big community. It's not fun. It's what's the point of doing it all alone? What's the point of all of that when you don't have people to share the joy with them?
I agree. And, during this time, it has made us see that, given that collectively we're all experiencing the same type of emotions at the same time during this last, 3 months. And it shows that, our having a collective voice as women working together is so important. And I'm just going to quickly segue into, your passion project that is totally firing you up right now.
Yes, thank you, Rinya. Thank you for being part of that project with this interview with you. But this year I have decided that I want to reach 1,000 women with my story.
Awesome.
Thank you so much. And this is my, basically, I was thinking, what can I do what can I do more? So basically, what can I do from my side? And as I told you, my journey has been quite extraordinary, and I'm very grateful for every day and for every opportunity. And I thought I should tell my story, and it seems that it's resonating with women, and the best gift that you can get back is basically receiving all these messages saying, I tried this thing and I was afraid of it, or I updated my LinkedIn profile and I finally got in touch with some people and I got a new job opportunity, or I am going into these networking events, which I never did before because I was afraid, or I thought I don't have anything to say, or my story is not, who's going to listen to my story? So I think that's quite, quite remarkable. And I'm I didn't know what is going to happen back then when I was making this, putting this together in February. I said this is going to be it, and I didn't know how it's going to unfold.
Absolutely powerful. You have a very wonderful story. I think that's going to inspire, my listeners for sure, and the many people, that you're going to be impacting. And, with regards to your superpower, what is it?
So one of my superpowers is definitely seizing the opportunities and connecting people.
I love that, you enjoy, helping people. And I'm sure along the way, Adela, in your journey, you've met so many people and touched so many lives. For you, how have mentors impacted your life and your career trajectory?
That's a great question. So I'm very grateful to all of my mentors, and I at least had 4 of them throughout my career. So when I say 4, it means like working in a very structured mentee way.
Wow.
But apart from that, I had many other people that act as mentors in my life. And basically, I've started with having mentors within the company. I think that's more or less a typical path for most of us. And that has been extremely powerful for my career. Basically having advices from people that have made it and that are running the company, for instance, in my case. And along the way, I've decided as well to look for mentors outside of the company too, for a specific purpose. For instance, in the company, we were definitely preparing me to take the next role, and what needs to be what is basically there more to add to my profile, so I can assume the next position within the company. On the other hand, I've decided to look for the mentors outside of the organization to work on a specific topics. And one of my mentors recently, her name was Claudia, and I specifically wanted to have a women as a mentor because I work in the IT industry, which is very male dominated, and I must say I have a great great relationship with my colleagues, with my mentors, male and female. However, I felt that at some point in my career I wanted to have this female mentor, that I want to have this kind of different topics that I want to talk about it, but very personal ones. And my recent mentorship program was for 6 months, and the topic was a journey to me, myself, and I. And it was amazing. It was amazing 6 months where we really dig deeper and talk from topics such as leadership, start with why, where do I see myself, what is missing, and how Claudia, for instance, my mentor, did it, and how she started her own company and so on. So I would definitely encourage everyone there, especially women, to look for the mentors. That can be inside the company. If the opportunity arises, take it right away. if there's no opportunity within the company, because I know that's the case with some of the people that I meet, assume that role somewhere outside of the organization. And I know that most of the networking, female networks, for instance, or networks in general, they have very good mentoring programs where you can really have great experience and getting great advices from people that already went through that journey. They will dedicate full 6 months to you at least, and at the end of that journey, there are usually great friendships that stay till now. And me doing this project with 1,000 women, it is as well sort of, or starting of this mentorship program that I want to do going forward. This is just, you know, the entry point, giving advices that I gathered through all the years, and have been extremely lucky to get these people to mentor me. But you have to go out for it. You know, it's luck is one thing, but the other thing is just go out there and look for those people. Be very active in that area, because it can boost your career 3-5 times, and there are no really books that can give you this real-time, real advices, and getting the access to these experts in your field that will be there holding your hand during this journey.
I love it. I love it. I love it, Adela. I love the fact that, you know, you have mentors in your life. You've sought professional networks as well for mentoring. And I love that now that you've acquired the knowledge and experience, you are paying it forward with the work that you're doing with, you know, the 2 groups that you are leading. That is so fantastic and so empowering, you know, to know that, you know, there are women like you who are willing to pour back into women to bring them along the journey. So awesome.
Thank you, Rinia. So yes, the 2 groups are the Female Leaders Network, which is the network from my MBA studies from the Executive Academy, and it has around 1,500 women around the world, executives, entrepreneurs, leaders around the world, which is extremely, you know, I'm very grateful to be part of that and to serve this community, to be part of this amazing people that are doing extraordinary things around the world. So I'm very grateful for that journey. And on the other hand, I have the Businesswoman of Bosnia and Herzegovina, which is as well me being involved with with the community from my home country, and basically this is one of the ways to stay in touch. And this journey helps you basically to stay grounded. You know, you don't get, the way forward is always looking back and giving back to the community. And when people ask me how they can repay to me for one or the other advices or one or the other introduction that I made, or just going for a coffee and listening for half an hour, what is happening in their life, I always like to say is give it back to the community. Once you're there where you want, where you're heading, just, you know, give it back to people that want to be in your position. And in that way, we create this effect where we give back, and more, and we see more and more successful women and men around the world.
Adela, I so resonate with this. You know, community development is definitely a core part of who I am, you know, since from an early age as a teenager, working with a number of youth and moving on, you know, from Dominica to Canada, working in several volunteer organizations to help to serve. And I think it's, you know, tremendous and commendable that you were doing that. And I hope that, you know, your story inspire many others to know that giving back to community is so important and so essential to just spread the love and to grow and develop others, you know?
Definitely, 100%. And if you see, you know, if you see leaders around the world, the real leaders, this is what they're doing. If you dig in their history, if you in their biography and how they all did. They have tremendous way to connect with the community and to serve the community. So this is very, very powerful, and it will bring you to the places that you couldn't imagine. So, for instance, me serving on the with Female Leaders Network on this board, and me being vocal about the goal that I want to achieve in 2020, I got so much support. I got people contacting me all over the places, all over the world, saying, "Okay, what you're doing, it so resonates with me, and more to that, how can I help?" So you giving back, it just comes more and more to your life. So definitely some of the advices that I can give to everyone listening this is just go out there and be part of the cause that you believe in it. Is it education? Is it empowerment? Is it leadership, mindset, community development? Be part of it, because that's the best way to change the things forward.
I love this call to action that you left us with. Now let's segue into the rapid fire questions. We all wake up in the morning and do something, right? So what do you do, Adele, to set the tone for your day, to put a pep in your step and a pride in your stride?
Oh, firstly, maybe I'm not really a morning person.
Okay.
I'm doing my best. And and everybody knows it. My husband knows it. My friends know it. I just need this time. So when I wake up in the morning, and I read so many books about it, the one from Robin Sharma, the 5 a.m. Club. I read it. I understand the logic behind it. And I get it. But the mornings for me, for instance, the way I go forward is just taking it easy. So I don't want to rush it. I just wake up in the morning. I want to have my hot tea or hot water with lemon. I start slowly by either journaling or just writing it down, a couple of things that come to my mind. And I have been very, fond of journaling the last couple of months. I start with, or I read a couple of pages of the book in the morning, the one that I just left, or I want to look into that. And I start with making my plan for the day, just writing down things that I would like to, that I have to do it, and things that I would like to do it as well. So I tend to take it a little bit slower. So when it says, okay, how do I get into the mood? And definitely what brings me so into this action mode is just sitting and in front of my computer and start doing things that I want to see, or just getting in conversation with some of my friends and seeing how I can help. Because there's this kind of thing in me that when I help people, that's just it lifts my mood. And that the first thing that I do in the morning, be it answering the message from my friend or commenting on some things on some posts that I've seen that I believe in it, and they lift my mood. But definitely, taking it slowly. I'm the more the person that gets into action in the afternoon. Basically, I can stay till up in the midnight and working on my things.
That's wonderful. And we all know that music changes the physiology, right? Our mood. What is your favorite song right now?
The one that I've been listening for the last couple of days is definitely "I'm So Excited." I think it's the Pointer Sisters, and I just love it. It brings me laugh, joy. I start moving around. So definitely, I'm so excited.
I love that song too. It's a great song. I haven't listened to it in a while, so I'm definitely going to pull it up on my phone and listen to it today.
Excellent. Wonderful.
And of course, We can't leave this conversation without talking about a book that has changed the trajectory of your life.
Yes, it's hard to pick just one, but one of my favorite that I go back from time to time is definitely How to Win Friends and Influence People from Dale Carnegie. It's an old book, but definitely worth reading it if you would like to get more into connecting with people, building relationships, leadership, getting engaged in the community work, community building. I can strongly recommend it.
This is a staple book in my library. I love Dale Carnegie stuff. Everything to do with Dale Carnegie, I love it. It never goes out of style, that's for sure. And so we've talked about many different things in your life, your pivot, you know, what you're passionate about, the work that you're doing with women, your mission, you know, this year to reach 1,000 women. That is so awesome, with your message that you're spreading around the world. Do you have any last words of wisdom or key takeaway that you want our listeners to have?
For sure, I would say that one of them is, of course, be yourself, because everyone else is taken. And if I may add to that, is surround yourself with amazing people, because that will definitely change your life. So people that you meet on a daily basis or talk on a daily basis, so definitely your inner circle will define so where you are and how fast can you go towards your goal. And as well, be active part of the community. I think we talked about it for the whole talk, but definitely be active part of the community. Assume that community and just start being engaged and create the world as you would like to see it. Because we definitely need, in these times, we definitely need more people and more leaders taking over and creating the opportunities for others as well.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Be yourself, because everyone else is taken. That totally resonated with me. I am so delighted, Adela, to have you on this episode. Thank you so much for all of your wisdom and being so vulnerable in sharing your story. And it's an amazing story. Thank you.
Thank you, Rinia. Thank you so much. Thank you all to all our viewers and listeners. It's been an amazing journey, and let's stay in touch.
Awesome. Listeners, I'm preparing this fantastic community for you, a community where we can gather, collide, share our ideas, and support each other. I have a lot of plans for you. You is simply going to enjoy the Live with Irenia community. It's coming soon. I will be sharing more in future episodes. Hang on to your seats, because we are going to have so much fun. Listeners, I hope you enjoyed our conversation. I would love to incorporate you into my show. If you're facing a challenge, if you want to give a shout out, please email me, info@livewithirenia@gmail.com. All one word, info@livewithirenia@gmail.com. If it fits with the program, I will definitely incorporate it. If you're sending a shout out, oh, I would certainly love that. If you found value in the show, please share it with a friend. It's important that we share this knowledge and spread it all across the world. After all, we are in this life journey together. Please do subscribe to this podcast so that you can know when a new episode's drop. Please head on over to iTunes, give us a review, let me know how great you think the show is, and give me some feedback on an episode that has changed the trajectory of your life or has impacted you in some small way. If you want to connect with me on social, head on over to Twitter and Instagram. My handle is @livewithirenia. This podcast was produced by me in my home studio, including all brand elements. Listeners, until our next episode, walk into your day with positive vibes. My hope for you is that you find your vibe wherever you may be in your life journey. I'm your host, Irenia Roussel.